This is me, Bhavna, a simple, small-town girl raised around the warm, sweet southern people, surrounded by some of the best of friends. Some days like today, I take a walk around the neighborhood just so I can get the chance to be outside and take a deep breath and inhale the fresh air. Taking these walks is therapeutic. I get a chance to take a moment and step back and look at my life on a larger perspective. Sometimes I end up watching recent and past events of my life as if I were fast-forwarding through them on a movie, hitting play the moment I snap back to the present. That's when I stop, look up into the clear blue sky, and realize life is so simple. So why do we complicate it so much? For almost 4 years now, I've been writing a blog, A New Girl in a City. And sometimes when I'm at a loss of words, I come here to downtown Raleigh to help me find those words. It's not much compared to Houston, Boston, or New York City, but it still has that same feeling that all cities do. The commotion, people going to work, shops everywhere, tall buildings, streets with the daily hustle and bustle of a big city. Those are the things I love, and of course, the smell of fresh brewed coffee coming from the small coffee shops everywhere. And so, as always, here I am in downtown Raleigh, sipping away at my Starbucks usual, the caramel macchiato. Sitting in the same seat right above the Starbucks sign, this is where I come when I have writer's block, and my mind has nothing noteworthy of writing down, and my eyes just gazing out the window, searching. And while my eyes searched, a sweet memory suddenly flashed across my mind, a memory that always hits me once in a while. I was 6 or 7 years old at North Carolina's State Fair, and my dad was going to take me on a roller coaster. Walking through the fair, smelling the food, and looking at the stalls, game shops, and other rides, I was excited, which was quickly interrupted by sudden screams. I gripped my dad's hand in terror as I saw the ride we were soon going to be on. I looked up at the tall, dark, handsome man next to me and felt a little safer. He smiled at me, and the next thing I knew, I was sitting on the roller coaster right next to him. As we started moving, I found myself holding on to my dad hard, closing my eyes shut even harder. I started to cry. Tears rolled down my cheeks as we approached the next second into the ride. The moment we hit the top, I opened my eyes and looked at my dad and saw him laughing as hard as I was holding him. It was such a strange moment, a still moment, that quickly went away as we dropped and my heart sank while my stomach flipped. I took a deep breath in and let it out, just as my dad said, "It's over, nothing to worry about anymore." Sometimes in life, we think we know what we want and exactly where we want to be in life. We think we know how everything will turn out, but really we have no clue. I know that when I come to downtown Raleigh, I secretly come here to blend in with the crowd. But once I look up at the tall buildings, I always say to myself, I am going to be working at the top floor in a building like this somewhere in the world. But now, in this moment, my thoughts have changed. I no longer want to blend in with the crowd or be a part of the chaos. I no longer want to be at the top of one of these buildings. Instead, I simply want to live life and take a risk like I did on that roller coaster. And when it's all said and done, I tell myself, it's over. Nothing to worry about anymore. The life we live shouldn't be complicated. Instead, it should be simple the way my father looked at his life. Simple and clean with no complications. It's not the tall buildings that make it magnificent, but the vast space and the purity of things that make it easy for us to spread our wings. I will always dream of living in a big city and become an official city girl, but I still want to spread my wings with no big expectations for my future. I will always stand outside the chaos of the world just like my dad did, in search of simplicity.
कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी ना धूप चुने ना छाँव कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी किसी ठौर टिके ना पाँव कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी ना धूप चुने ना छाँव कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी किसी ठौर टिके ना पाँव